Okay, I am leaving the Big C parking lot in front of Kai Moi Kiat Songrit Muay Thai Gym. Oh, the traffic today, something else. Anyhow, episode 2, final cut of Tales from the Gym, Ruin Kai Moi. Driving edition. Because I haven't really found the time to sit down and record a video at home or any other place where I can sit down in front of the camera and talk. So I've been trying to do it while I drive, because in my free hobby time I do a lot of these driving type videos through Bangkok. So why not put the two together for time efficiency's sake. Sorry. I'll try and cut up the dead space if I can. It'll leave a watermark, the app I use, but I don't want to pay watermark removal because not enough of the other features. There's not enough other features included for me to have it worth it just to get rid of the watermark. Anyhow, babbling aside. So I've meant to do this for at least a solid week now, and I've recorded 2 other versions that they didn't make the cut. They're not, various things just no. Sound quality, camera cut off on me while mid-sentence. What have you. Technical difficulties of different sorts. So I wanted to cover, not this past Saturday, but Saturday before that. I guess I should just say 2024 has been pretty good to Kiat Songrit so far. They pulled off a win. Longern. He's a newer guy at the camp. He's been there, as far as I can tell, about 6 months. And I've been training there a little over 2 years. And I've only seen Longern coming in for maybe the past 6 months. Anyway, he got a nice body shot KO. Not at One Lumpini. He is scheduled to face Stephen Irvine at One Lumpini Friday nights, but there's been some kind of weight issue with the Australian guy. He picked up a big win at main event at, they call it Yalkow Stadium. I just call it Jit Moon Non Show because they're the only promoters that run shows at this venue. It used to be called the Blue Arena back before COVID, and then it caught fire, and they had to demolish it and reconstruct it, and it's not called the Blue Arena anymore. I don't know what like I said, Yalkow I think has a sponsorship title of it, but whatever. Saturdays and Sundays they always have shows, and Jit Moon Non is always the promoter. And they're good shows, good local Thai talent. Sometimes they'll have foreigners on there. During COVID, they had a couple of big fights there, as far as big names on the local circuit. I keep calling it local circuit. Big names on the Thai circuit, not just Bangkok. Although the Bangkok circuit is the national circuit for all intents and purposes. If you're from out of Bangkok and you're making waves, you got to come here and really put your stamp on the game. Anyhow, he started the year off with a nice body shot KO win at a main event there earlier in the month. And then, not this past weekend, but the weekend before that, there was tomorrow got a big win at Amnoi in the main event at Amnoi. It was a close fight too. I was a little bit nervous whether or not he was going to pull out the decision. Then the following day at Yalkow Jit Moon Non, a gal that's been visiting from Japan pulled off a nice knockout TKO by punches. And then later on that same event, Muang Sap picked up a nice win by clear unanimous decision. I wasn't worried about that one at all. Although, I take that back. At that arena, I'm always a little bit worried about decisions because the gamblers can have more influence than they should there. Same with Omnoy and Ranksit. The gamblers can have a little bit more influence than they should on a decision. Other than that, Kiet Songri, myself, aside from that, the pair of Japanese girls, the one that fought at Jitmunon this a couple Saturdays ago, another one that's going to be fighting at Max if she's not already fought at Max, down in Pattaya. There's been a lot of, yeah, go ahead, asshole. I can't get past you. You gotta go, dick. Sorry about my traffic rant. I don't question, because I know. I took the same test these motherfuckers had to take to get their driver's license. Here. It's a joke. Quite honestly, they had faulty equipment when I tested for my driver's license. Like, there's a driving simulator. You're supposed to brake in depth time, right? And the first time I pressed the pedal, it didn't even fucking work. So they let me restart. That's not a good sign for how these folks got their licenses. Sorry. Back to topic on it. There's been an influx of foreigners showing up in Calgary, which is good. It's good for the camp's reputation. It's good for their revenue or whatever, you know. To have outsiders come in and pay money to train there. And right now there's a couple of there's two Irish brothers there. One is, I'm guessing, in his early 20s, maybe mid 20s, and his younger brother. I'm assuming younger brother, could be cousin or something like that, but I am 99.9999% certain they are related. I'm 99% certain they're brothers. The younger one, who's under 18, the other day he was having a problem understanding what the coaches wanted him to do with a particular calisthenic. And I explained, he was like, hey, they want you to keep an even pace for a set interval of time. They don't want you to go all out till you can't go anymore. They want you to do a certain interval of time. Whatever strength you need to use to get that interval. And when I told him that, I was like, oh wow, man, your English is really good. Are you from, and even before he could say if I was from Thailand, I said, I'm American, dude. Jesus Christ, this fucking traffic. But anyhow, both of those guys are going to be participating in that World Muay Thai thing they got going on at Lumpini in the first part of February. I wish them both luck and well. I haven't actually seen them do any work because I usually show up right when the fighters are finishing up, getting ready to go on their run, because I'm a working class guy. But sometimes I'll get in there and catch them at the end of their sessions or something like that. And then a lot of times when the Kiet Songri boys come back from their run, they'll rest a little bit and then they'll come back upstairs and do some calisthenics and some bag work, you know. And sometimes I'll play around with them a little bit, you know. Hitting each other, things like that. Things dudes do to each other at a fighting camp, you know. Good-natured fun. Literal ribbing, as in punching ribs. But yeah, I haven't really seen what those two guys are bringing to the table. I've seen them work their jump knees on the bags, but that doesn't tell me shit. You know, it tells me they've got decent cardio and endurance for sure. They've got that going for them. They've got good work ethic because they're there day in, day out. And let me tell you, many foreigners I see coming in and out of here in my time that I've been here, they don't go day in, day out. They skip a lot. But so far, these two Irish boys, they're coming day in, day out. There's no lazy or quit in either one of them. I can tell that for sure. What their skill level was, I don't really, like I said, I haven't really got to see them on the pads or sparring to really get a sense for how they move, how they work. But for sure, they've got heart. I can tell that just because, like I said, most foreigners don't come every single day. After like 3 days in a row, they'll take a break. Most. These guys have been every day for at least 2 weeks now. So hats off to both of them for that. And I think just that type of grit and work ethic alone will get them at least a win or two at that Muay Thai festival. At least one or two. Or who knows, if their skills match their ethic, they're probably going to come away with some sort of trophy or medal. I'm not sure which guys have anything big coming up this week. I would imagine that Rididit is looking like he's sharpening up for something coming up soon. I didn't see anything on the board by his name. That's about all I think I've got for right now. I guess I can go ahead and I'll start talking a little bit about what's going on with the general scene outside of where I train at. Because, you know, that's not the only gym in town. Everybody's, of course, bonkers for 1FC for good reason. I am a huge fan of what one is doing at Lumpini on Friday nights. I am not a huge fan of their English commentary fan, nor am I a fan of their officials and judges. There's one judge in particular, I don't know his name, but I never agree with his split decisions. Whenever I hear a split decision, it seems like it's always the same dude that's in it. They don't tell you which judge scores what, but they do tell you which judges are there. And I can't recall the name, but I notice a definite correlation from that name being a judge and seeing split decisions that baffle my fucking brain. And I can't help but connect the dots between that particular judge making these decisions that baffle my brain. And then another slightly inside baseball thing about the 1FC staff. There's some production crew guy there. I have no idea who he is. Some white dude. It is, I'm guessing, mid to late 40s. I've never seen his face before, so he's not somebody that's necessarily connected with the fight game per se. And by the way he carries himself ringside at Lumpini on Friday nights, and I've seen him there when I've been to the big Amazon Prime shows on Saturday mornings too. He's also there. I'm guessing he's like a production guy. That guy needs to learn to respect the game of Muay Thai. Because the first time I saw them allow Ram Muay at Lumpini. I happened to be there live. They cut it real short. And this guy was in a fucking tizzy about how they were dancing around too long. He's yelling and screaming at Pet Boone Chu and Rob Cox, two names that I am well aware of, and two guys that are very much part of the fight game. About how, what the fuck is he doing? He's like mimicking a very bad parody mimic of the Ramoy that kind of angered me a lot just seeing it. Angered me so much that I took still pictures of the guy just in case I need to reference him. As a matter of fact, I'll probably go ahead and, since I gotta edit out some dead space, I'll try and stick his photo somewhere on this screen if I can, to give you an idea of who I'm referring to. But I just taken the referring to him as the white douchebag at ringside that's never fought, for sure. Other than that, I would say that currently in Thailand, TV7 has taken over as the #1 pure Muay Thai show. Meaning they still have the music in the rounds. They still do complete Ramoy Y crew. It's not truncated. It's still 5 3-minute rounds. It's still judged and officiated in the traditional Muay Thai manner. I don't want to take up too much time going into what the differences are between traditional and what they call one Lumpini entertainment type shows. There's plenty of other people who have covered that topic. If you're a Muay Thai fanatic, you should already know what I mean when I make those distinctions. But yeah, TV7 they're open again, which is freaking awesome. As soon as I see a fight announced of a caliber that I'm willing to travel to Jadajuk, TV7 is next to Jadajuk Park. I'm willing to drive that far or take the train because it's not that close to where I live. It can be tedious to drive on the train. It's not too bad. But you know, it's a lot of walking. It's not like right next to the train stations. Maybe 500 meters, maybe 600 meters. Almost a kilometer. Anyhow, but now since they're open again, as soon as they have an event that's got me salivating enough to endure being crammed like a sardine in a can, because that's what it's like, especially for foreign folks. They are unlike Lumpini and Rachel, where they try to spoil the foreigners that come in, like give them the plush ringside seats and all that kind of shit. TV7 gives you the worst section of bleachers as a foreigner, and they even market foreigners only. You guys get the crappy bleachers, and not that good of a line of sight to the ring either. And the ringside seats that they do sell, because they do sell ringside seats. I mean, if you take general admission, it's free. Which is why, you know, who's going to fucking complain about a free seat? I guess I just did sort of. But they do have ringside seats at TV7s that you can't purchase. Or at least they used to. Now that they've reopened after COVID, I don't know how they've changed up how they assort seating in the venue. I have no idea. So maybe I should go by there here next Sunday or the Sunday after that. I still need to go to Amnoy. Amnoy is the one major stadium I have not visited in Thailand. And it's like very, very close to the school that I work at. But Amnoy is only on Saturdays, and I don't work on Saturdays. But yeah, I need to hit up Amnoy. The next time one of the guys from Kiat Songgreen has a fight there, I will go for sure. Well, I shouldn't can't say for sure. There's shit that could happen. But barring anything, any responsibilities, unforeseen responsibilities I may have, I will for sure go to Envoy the next time He Is Hungry Fighter performs there. But yeah, there you go. That's what's been going on in Bangkok Muay Thai scene and what the latest and greatest things happening at the camp that I like to train at. All right. Hopefully I can get another one of these out this following weekend. I would like to do them Sunday evenings, I think would be the best time to try and get these out on a week-to-week basis. We'll see what happens. All right. Later.